Welcome back. My name is Ming and we'll be continuing today, and I'll show you how you can use MassQL to query your own data. And so previously we had shown you how to use MassQL and the interactive sandbox to query against example data such as the GMPS MSMS spectral libraries. And this is pretty good because it's interactive, immediate feedback to give you a workshop at Sandbox to chisel down your queries, especially for MSMS. And so now, once you've figured out something that seems to work, you can start applying it using a high throughput workflow to your own mass spectrometry data. And that's what we'll show you today. And to carry through this, we have a particular example that I'll show you. This is working together with Neha Garg at Georgia Tech. And she really cares about looking at metabolites of trimethoprim. And so this is an antibiotic, and it is broken down in her experiments by microbes. And she wants to find all the metabolites of trimethoprim across a lot of different runs and making it really, really easy. And so from her work, she figured out that there are two particular fragments that are consistent in trimethoprim, this 123 m/z and this 291 m/z. And whenever you find both of them, that's a high likelihood that is a trimethoprim metabolite. And so she encoded that in MassQL here, and we're going to apply it on data. And so I'll show you how to get to the workflow. And here on the slide is the dataset accession that we're going to be working on. And again, this is going to be this PowerPoint's going to be in the link below. And here's the query that we're actually going to do. So if we go to MassQL here on the screen, and we can see we got to go to the documentation link in the top middle. And go to the documentation link. There's another link here that's a little bookmark for MassQL GMPS workflow. And then what we'll do is click on check out the workflow here, and that'll bring us to the beta GMPS site. And then what you'll be able to do is first of all log in, and this is the workflow. So let's, as you would with GMPS, have a little description. And you will also be able to copy and paste the query in here. I've actually already selected it here. And so we can just go with this particular example. I copy and paste this in. And now what I want to be able to do is select the data. So we'll click select input files. Now what we'll do is, let me make this a little bigger, go to share files and import data share. And we'll paste in this particular accession. So 84945, so this particular data set. So once that's imported, it'll show up right here. We'll click this plus, and we'll select the actual folder that we want to analyze. And so I believe it was dataset 1, and it is and we'll go into this particular Marvin Lab dataset here. So we'll select both of these files, that whole folder. And so once we've selected that, let's just go ahead, hit submit, and let it do its thing. And so we'll see how that all goes. And I actually have some catch-up links in the Google or the PowerPoint that you can click on. And this is the example of the catch-up link. So once it's done, you'll see something like this. And so what you'll see here is on the query results. So it has to load a little bit. We see there's 467 entries in the data set for trimethoprim. And just to show you a few examples. Okay, so actually, so some of the ones that she knows that are trimethoprim are like 291, I believe. So we can kind of see, okay, sure enough that it finds that particular molecule. But what's a little bit more interesting is that you can take the molecules that you have found, and we extract out the MSMS, and we can analyze it with molecular networking. And so we click Analyze with Networking here. It'll pre-select that subset of trimethoprim metabolites, and we'll be able to create a molecular network out of it. And so everything's pre-selected, all the data files are selected. Just go ahead and hit Submit at the bottom right, and it'll go. And I have a pickup link as well where we took a previous set of data, and we created a molecular network out of it. And so what we can start seeing is we can start visualizing the molecular network here. And so one particular network, it's not just two nodes, not super interesting. And let's just take a look at it. This is actually the one that actually includes trimethoprim. So exactly what she found. As well as if we look at some of these other families here. So there's a couple other unknown masses, but this particular family is some new trimethoprim metabolites that weren't part of, I believe, the original publication, but she found it here because it revealed itself. And so this is a family of related trimethoprim metabolites. And so we're able to really quickly take her data, extract out what she wanted to find, bring into molecular networking, and visualize the chemical diversity, all with a few clicks. So hopefully that was informative. And at the very end, I just want to give a shout out to the whole community that helped put MassQL together, that made it really possible. And it's a huge list of co-authors that gave us a lot of feedback, tried it out, improved the system, implemented it in different pieces of software. So it's super exciting. And I want to thank them. And hopefully this was helpful and informative. Thank you for stopping by.